Thank you so much for joining the video today. This is a video primarily aimed at my subscribers to say thank you to you. So if you want to enter the giveaway, I ask that you, one, not write the word giveaway anywhere in the comments because it attracts bots from all over YouTube that will ask you to click on a link, send an email to here and there, send money somewhere. Those are all bots. We're not going to do it that way. So ignore anything that replies to a comment asking you to do something to get a bottle. The way that we're going to do this giveaway and the way I've been doing my giveaways is to ask that you go into the description box. Those of you that are subscribed to the channel, that's my one ask, and use a Google form that will be linked in the description box. When you open that, it will say something like Q3 giveaway, like viewer appreciation giveaway or something like that. I forget what I titled the thing, but it's going to ask you for your email address so that I can contact you if I need information to be able to send out your package. It's going to ask you for a mailing address, and I please ask that we don't do PO boxes. I don't feel comfortable mailing out to PO boxes, even though I have a PO box. There's a reason I have a PO box, but I don't feel comfortable mailing out to PO boxes. So have a street address, and then also it'll ask you for your channel name or your YouTube name. Even if you don't create videos on YouTube, you have a YouTube name. If you watch YouTube, you likely have an account, you've created a little avatar, you have some sort of name that shows up. If you put a comment, there's a little avatar with your name. That's what I'm asking for so that I can see if you're someone that has watched the channel for a while, or you've left a comment or something. It just helps me know that you're someone that is a regular versus someone that just clicked into the channel because you want a free bottle of perfume. Okay, so just help me out there and put that information into the Google form. And I'm going to close that Google form out in, let's say, 3 days, 72 hours. And then I will prepare the packages over the next couple of weeks and mail them out in between working, being a mom, being a wife, and living my life and filming for YouTube. I've got 6 fragrances here that I'd like to give away, and this is part of my viewer appreciation series. I'm so grateful for all of you that choose to spend some time with me on this channel. I know that there are a lot of fragrance channels out there. There's some really fantastic content from my peers here on the platform. I know that you watch TikTok and you're over on Instagram and perhaps on Facebook. So there's a lot of places to get perfume content. The fact that you bother to click into my videos and to watch my videos, and sometimes you all comment, I truly, truly appreciate the time that you spend with me in perfume community together, talking about fragrances, some that we love, some that felt like meh, and some that we hate. All over the place, and I love it all. So I appreciate you all. This is my way of saying thank you by sharing fragrances that I have purchased that didn't quite work out for me or that I want to move along for one reason or another. And in some cases, there is PR that I have gotten from brands that I partner with or websites that I partner with that they're just not for me, but maybe they are for you. So there are 6 here today, and let me just jump right in. But reminder, don't put giveaway down in the comments, please. So this is a fragrance that I tested a small bottle of, I really liked, and I knew that I wanted a full bottle of. And these come in 50 ml and 100 ml sizes. My silly self thought I was buying the 50 ml in the Sephora sale, and I ended up getting the 100 ml of Eden Sweet Peach. Is that what it's called? Yes, from Kayali, in this beautiful peachy, corally, orangey bottle here. This fragrance smells really good. The key notes here, they're right on the back. Thank you, Kayali. Sweet peach, red apple, frangipani, nectarine, oak moss, and musk. To me, this is a heavily fruity, sweet fragrance. I ended up purchasing it with Eden Plush Pear, which is the other one that came out in the pair. They were released together. And I bought the 50 ml of the plush pear and the 100 ml of this one. And I thought I was doing it in reverse because the plush pear is my favorite of the two. I knew that I liked this one and wanted a bottle. However, as occasionally happens, when I got it home and I wore it, I felt like it was too sweet for me. It's just overwhelmingly sweet in a way that I didn't feel comfortable with. And it's very heavily peachy in a good way. Peach is an interesting note. Sometimes it can come across very chemical, synthetic, nearly metallic screechy for me, like in Gucci Guilty Rush. The peach in there is just like, woo, I can't deal with it. This peach is really nice. It smells like peach gummy bears or something like that. It's very sweet, very candy-like, nice fragrance. I just didn't feel like it was me when I wore it. And so, sometimes you test and test and test and think you'll love something, you get it, and you're like, okay, I'm not really sure that that's for me. And the vice versa happens too, right? Where you test something, you don't think it's for you. somehow you end up with a bigger decant, a travel spray, or a bottle, and you wear it, and you're like, ooh, I should have given this more of a chance earlier. So it goes both ways. Anyway, I'd like to pass this along to someone who enjoys gourmands, who likes smelling very sweet and fruity. This is going to be the one for you. So there's this one. I don't really know how to pronounce this. The house is JUS, juice. And the fragrance is called Bloom Austral in this gorgeous blue bottle. It's almost like a cobalt blue, very pretty. This is a nice fragrance. I just found myself never reaching for this after I tried it. It's a beautiful, in fact, do I want to give this to one of y'all? Maybe I want to keep this. It's one of those fragrances when I sniff it, I'm like, you're so pretty. I'm going to wear you soon. And then I never reach for it. And I can't explain to you why. I do have very, very many floral fragrances and some perhaps that smell a little bit like this. This is a very fresh, dewy, nearly green, like there's a grassy feature here too, fresh floral fragrance. The primary notes here are jasmine, osmanthus, and sandalwood. To me, this has a bright, nearly citrusy opening combined with like a sweet floral aspect. And as it settles down, you get a little bit more of that like green grassiness combined with the fresh florals. Beautiful spring scent, lovely into summer. I don't know what my issue is with this, except that, like I said, I found myself never reaching for this, even though I've had this probably for the better part of 6 or months or more. What are we in now? July. I might have gotten this either in the winter or late fall of last year. And I've sprayed it here and there, but I haven't done a full day wear, which is a dang shame. And so someone needs to wear this. It's very pretty. Interesting. I'm seeing on Fragrantica that it's compared to Modern Muse from Estee Lauder. I can see that a little bit. Lovely. Clean, floral, crisp, little citrusy, and a little grassy green. Fresh, beautiful scent. So that's Bloom Austral. Someone please put this to good use. It doesn't deserve to just be sitting on my shelf looking all sad and blue. See what I did there? Because it's a blue bottle. Don't. Shh. Then the other big daddy scent that I want to give away here is from Mind Games. This is called Sans Voir. This is a lovely scent. It's very fresh. It's very clean. It nearly has this. I shouldn't be sniffing these as I'm talking to you about them because then I'm like, no, I think I want to keep it. I'm not going to do that though. I'm going to go ahead and give this away. I'm going to trust my first instinct and I'm going to give this away. But it smells fresh, clean, metallic, nearly like aquatic watery. This has as the key notes that it's rose and Palo Santo. I have to tell you, that is not what stands out to me. This is almost like a soapy, clean scent, but it does remind me a little bit of a fragrance that, and here's the problem here for me with this one, a fragrance that I used to wear and I would douse myself in and then nearly choke myself out with it. And it was from Ralph Lauren. It was called Turquoise. If you remember that old bottle, Turquoise. I think it came out in the late 90s, early 2000s, somewhere in there. I feel like I wore it though in the 2010s. Like I picked it up then, somewhere in the early 2010s. I don't remember. Anyway, it's lovely, it's fresh, it's clean. It just reminds me so much of turquoise, like a nearly a watered down version of turquoise. And because I then have associations of dousing myself with turquoise, I would have a hard time wearing this. I have heard from people that have this that they love it. It smells wonderful on them. So I hope someone can give this fragrance a good home and rock it. Do, by the way, check out reviews of these fragrances online because I'm going through the trouble of spending my own money to mail these to you. I would love if you love them. I would feel really sad if they got to your home and you hated them. So do some research for yourself before you fill out the form and see which ones you think you might like. So these next three perfumes I actually purchased in So Avant-Garde sales when we do those 40% off sales. I get really adventurous because that's quite a nice discount on fragrances. And I do these big hauls and most of them work out, but occasionally a few don't. So I have three here that are just not my vibe. They're all beautiful in their own way. There's one that I think is especially overpowering. So I'm going to tell you about that when I get to it, even though I think someone's going to really love it. I do want to start off with a bit of a more sophisticated scent that there's something here that just didn't vibe for myself or my husband because I had him try this on too to see if maybe he liked it. Gorgeous bottle. This is from Thameen. It is called Sceptre. Sceptre. So I heard another influencer talk about this, someone that's over in the makeup space who I enjoy watching, and she said she really loved the way that this smelled on her. When I looked at the note structure, I suspected that it would smell a little bit masculine, which I don't mind a masculine scent if it's something that I vibe with. And I took a chance to purchase it and I'm not into it. And my husband put it on. It smelled interesting, but he wasn't into it either. So there is some sophistication and intrigue here, but it's not for either one of us. So the notes here at the top, pink pepper, cloves, and coriander. In the middle, peach, ylang-ylang, wisteria, and patchouli. The base notes are myrrh, amber, ambergris, and benzoin. The net effect here is a spicy, dark scent that feels a little bit on the maybe over engineered or industrial side for me, for my taste. However, I could see someone really enjoying the myrrh aspect of this. That stands out. The ambery base of this, it's very ambery. You do pick up cloves, and there's a little bit of that peach patchouli mixture that I think is the culprit of us not enjoying this so much for ourselves. Someone else may love it. If you have tried Scepter and you know that you want it and you were maybe waiting for it to go on sale, or the price tag was a bit too much, this could be yours for the low price of just filling out the Google form. In fact, the Google form, by the way, is going to ask you to list your preferences in like first, second, and third place. That'll help me, if there are people that want the same fragrance to like distribute them. So this is a really interesting scent. It's too much for me. It's a little too dark and heavy, a little too clovey, peppery, ambery for me. You do pick up some of the patchouli in here. There's a darkness to this. It's like cathedral, velvet, heavy, dark curtains, gothic in nature in some ways, and it's a little overpowering for me and my husband. You might love it, and so it is up for grabs. I'm gonna totally mess up the name on the next fragrance. This is from a house that I've been very curious about, Dorsey. Okay, and it's M.A. I don't know what that stands for, but the other part of the name is Je suis le plus grand. How did we do there? This is described as a woody aldehydic fragrance. So this is one of those to me like your skin, but better, woody, lightly floral, slightly musky scents, which I tend to love those kinds of fragrances. I have a lot of those kinds of fragrances in my collection, and I think that is the main culprit for me not like emotionally connecting with this. I kept smelling this and thinking this smells fine, but I would prefer some of the other fragrances that I have in my collection. I don't have any issues with this. The notes here are aldehydes at the top, iris and a violet accord in the mid, and then in the base, ambroxan and white musk. So yeah, it smells clean and woody. It has a warmth to it. It's a little bit of a musky nature, and it's very soft and inoffensive. This is one of those scents that you could wear to the office. You could wear if you're a medical professional, and no one would be offended by this. I feel like it is straight up and down unisex. It has a little bit of a femininity from the floral notes. The muskiness and the woodiness of this have it leaning a little bit masculine as well. So it's got both aspects kind of meshing well. Yeah, so I'd like to pass this along to someone who will give this some love and use it because I would reach for others before this. So I took a chance on this next scent. People love this or they don't. It's one or the other. It's compared to Baccarat Rouge 540, is compared to Instant Crush, which smells somewhat like BR 540. It was compared to a lot of other musky, airy kinds of scents that feel like they're just projecting off of your skin. This is from Thomas Kosmala. It's number 4, Après l'amour. Woo! Is this a strong scent? This is a musky bomb. In fact, is there ambroxan here? It doesn't say. The top notes are bitter orange and lemon zest. I don't pick up a whole lot of anything citrusy in the top. It does smell, it opens like very fresh, I would say. And the middle it just says aromatic and fresh spicy. In the base, dry wood, amber, and musk. To me, this is a very big musk bomb. For those of you that don't like ambroxan, even though I don't see it explicitly listed as a note, it can feel like super ambroxan heavy. And I think that would put some people off, and I think other people would love it. It's super projecting. It's got definite big presence in the air. This is a little bit suffocating for me in terms of the musky aspects. It's like so heavy, like a thundercloud of musk in the air. Some people really love that about the Thomas Kosmala fragrances. I have had a hard time connecting with the line. Like when I go into retail stores and I try out the Thomas Kosmala lineup, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. But there's always, it feels too strong. You might relate to this in the way that, like, for those of you that feel like Valleja from Parfums de Marly is way too strong, like the musk in there just like slaps you in the face. This doesn't smell like that, but it's got that same kind of like thunderous, heavy, musky DNA, even stronger. This is very heavily musky, is what I would say primarily, with a light, airy woodiness running through it. It does have a very dry sense, like it makes my throat feel dry, and some people might like that about the scent. I didn't vibe with it, but I know there are some diehard Thomas Kosmala fans out there who would probably love to get their hands on this. So I offer this to those of you that may be interested. Have I talked about them all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. So those are the 6 scents that I wanted to give away in this quarter 2 Actually, quarter two passed. It ended in June, right? But anyway, I hope you don't mind that I'm a little bit late. If you're interested in any of these, please open up the description box, find the Google form, and fill it out. And remember to fill out all the fields. If you enter 2 or 3 times, I kick out those other entries. I only use one entry, and then I just do a random selection from there. I try to verify using my own common sense whether the person is actually subscribed to the channel or has indicators of being subscribed, because I can't tell. I can't see for some of you if you're subscribed or not because your subscriptions aren't public. And so that's fine. Honor system, honor system. And thank you. Thank you for being a part of this channel. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Thank you for putting up with my long explanations about fragrance and enjoying some of the humor of perfume, enjoying some of the beautiful scents, and sometimes the ones that just don't work out, because that's all part of the game. All right, that's all I got for you today. I'll be mailing these out, as I said, in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Just give me some time to get the packages together and they'll be in the mail. And then because they are mailed by ground, because you have to mail fragrances by ground. Did we all know this? You cannot put them on airplanes anymore because they're aerosol and there's a threat of fire or them exploding and, becoming they're flammable. So you have to ship them by ground, and that sometimes takes an extra couple of weeks. So it could be a while before your fragrance gets to you, but I hope you enjoy it. Thank you to those of you who have watched these videos in the past and entered those giveaways, and I hope that you are enjoying all the scents that were sent out to you. Take care.